Brace yourselves, Lakers Nation, because right now I'm about to unleash everything I've got on the rumors swirling through our front office like a Category 5 storm. So crank up your volume, settle in, and hold on to your purple and gold. Hearts! Just moments ago, I got my hands on the bombshell from Shams Charania. The trade price for Walker Kessler is out, and it's more than anyone dare whisper in the darkest corners of Lakers lore. We're talking multiple first-round picks kind of price. The same picks we've been dangling for a star-caliber defensive anchor who leads the entire league in offensive rebounds, gobbling up 4.6 offensive caroms per game like Pac-Man. In a ghost party. This isn't a drill Rob Pelinka is being asked to hand over every tradable 2027, 2029, and 2031 first-rounder, plus the right to swap picks and unload 2 protected seconds he doesn't even own without dipping into buyouts. You hear that? It's the sound of the Lakers asset pool hemorrhaging in pursuit of a 24-year-old tower who could transform our paint into a Fort Knox of dunks denied. But then you hear the follow-up? Oh, by the way, his agent wants $25 to $30 million per year on a new deal once he arrives. 2 first-rounders and max money like Pelinka's playing poker with the house on the line. And the deck is stacked against us. And just when you think your pulse can't pound any harder, Barry Jackson pops off on the heat beat to drop the other shoe, Andrew Wiggins, that two-way glue guy we've coveted ever since he torched us in Golden State, suddenly comes with a price tag that feels like a gift from the basketball gods just expiring contracts. Yeah, you read that right. Give Gabe Vincent, Malik Beasley, Shake Milton, and a future first-round swap, and Miami basically tosses Wiggins into our lap. It's like we've been handed a cheat code for perimeter defense, a Swiss Army knife, who's guarded 1 through 4, averaged 18 points per game, and hit nearly 36% from 3 last season. Imagine what that does to our starting 5. LeBron's still orchestrating like a maestro. AD's roaming the paint. And Wiggins is tracking shooters like a heat-seeking missile, while Reeves and Bronny thrive in open lanes. If that deal holds, it's a no-brainer. Pelinka picks up the phone, calls Pat Riley, and says, "Pack your bags, Andrew. You're coming home." But here's the rub. Can we really have one without risking the other? Trading for Kessler would obliterate our ability to make the Wiggins move and vice versa. Picture Danny Ainge smirking in Utah, holding our 2031 pick hostage like a linebacker on 4th down, daring us to blink. Could we outmaneuver him with a cheeky ad on maybe Rui Hachimura or Precious Achiuwa to soften the blow? But then Miami gives us Wiggins for the low, leaving us to wonder if the real play is to swing for the fences with Kessler and swallow the bitter aftermath, or slide in Wiggins, shore up our wings, and reload our ammo for a bigger acquisition. Next summer, fans are screaming in comment threads, "Go all in on Kessler, build our defense from the inside out," while others chant, "Lock in Wiggins, stabilize our starting lineup now." And what about the ripple effect in the locker room? Will LeBron welcome Kessler as the iron wall he's been begging for? Or will he embrace Wiggins' veteran savvy and two-way energy that mirrors his own late career blueprint? We could be staring at a franchise crossroads where one bold move rewrites our destiny, or one misstep leaves us grasping at echoes of past glories. Dig deeper, and you realize this is more than just a trade. It's a referendum on Lakers' identity. Are we the bruising, paint-dominant juggernaut of old, smothering opponents in the post-like 1980s Showtime enforcers? Or are we the flashy, perimeter-popping dynamos of the Steph Dre era, prizing switchable wings and pick-and-pop threats on every possession? Because Kessler screams dynasty defense, a modern pivot to interior intimidation, while Wiggins whispers championship chemistry, a high IQ wing who elevates every passer and plays with the scrappy flair we love. Does Jeannie Buss, still calling the shots in the front office, lean into the new billionaire backing her war chest and say, "Let's gamble on Kessler's ceiling"? Or does she nod toward continuity, recognizing that Wiggins brings us back to familiar ground while leaving currency for future splashes? And what about Darvin Ham? Will he commit to the rookie paint patroller's learning curve or trust the proven vet whose growth in Golden State felt like watching a caterpillar become a butterfly? Remember the nights of 2010 when we watched Kobe deliver dagger after dagger? And the bubble run of 2020 when unity and grit carried us through isolation like brothers at war? We've tasted the sweetness of rings and the bitterness of near misses 2011's stunning collapse. 2014's playoff purgatory, the heartaches that forged our resolve. Could Kessler be the missing link that silences every skeptic about our defensive identity, delivering the kind of grit that powers us to grind out four-quarter stops in the playoffs? Or is Wiggins the glimmer of sunlight breaking through the storm clouds, a veteran who rallies the troops and launches triples that drown out doubt? The stakes couldn't be higher. One trade reshapes our rotation. One contract flips our payroll, and one moment in the playoffs becomes the crucible that forges or fractures our next championship run. And don't sleep on the West reaction. The Suns are sharpening their crowns. The Nuggets are refining their pick-and-roll wizardry. The Warriors are eyeing our every move with binoculars. And the Clippers are lurking for any chance to pounce on our stumbling. Could the mere whiff of Kessler's arrival send ripple effects through Phoenix's lane-dominating plans? Or would adding Wiggins throw a wrench into Golden State's motion offense, forcing Curry and Thompson into isolation dribbling against length they can't outpace? Every ripple in our front office creates tidal waves in their war rooms, and they're all waiting to react, adapt, and strike when we show our hand. This is more than a roster tweak. It's a chess match for supremacy, pitting our legacy aspirations against their ambitions. We're not just trading assets. We're trading eras, philosophies, and the very soul of Lakers basketball. So here we sit, on the brink of the biggest decision this franchise has faced since we inked LeBron in purple and gold, torn between an interior anchor who could redefine our defensive DNA and a wing veteran who could resurrect our two-way swagger. As a Lakers diehard, I feel the tension in my chest. This is the crucible moment where our choices echo through history. Do we cash in everything for the promise of Kessler's fortress? Or do we seize Wiggins' high-octane chemistry and keep powder dry for the next domino? There's no easy answer, no clear path, just the electric charge of possibility crackling in the air. And Lakers Nation, the question now is yours. Which gamble would you bet on in this high-stakes showdown? Drop your takes below. I want every voice, every theory, every battle cry. This is Lakers News Fan Report, and we're writing the next chapter in purple and gold history together. Now that we've laid out the brutal price tags for Walker Kessler and Andrew Wiggins, let's cut through the noise and zero in on what's really at stake for the Lakers. At the heart of it all is a simple question. Do we mortgage our future for an interior enforcer who can dominate the paint? Or do we patch the perimeter with proven two-way firepower to shore up our backcourt and wing rotations? Let's break down the decisions ahead with laser focus, exploring the roster dynamics, cap implications, playoff ripple effects, and the unspoken chemistry questions that will determine whether this season becomes another almost story or the launching pad for championship glory. First, consider the Walker Kessler scenario. At age 24, he's already a feared rebounder and rim protector, gobbling 12.2 rebounds per 36 minutes, 4.6 of them on the offensive glass, and altering shots against elite scorers. In theory, adding Kessler gives LeBron an AD license to roam, knowing there's an iron curtain at the rim. But here's the catch. Trading multiple first-rounders means surrendering draft capital well into the next decade. In return, we get 1 year of contractual flexibility. Yes, he's on an expiring deal, but his camp is demanding a max level extension of $25 to $30 million per season thereafter. Suddenly, our luxury tax bills balloon, limiting our ability to retain key role players like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, or to chase complimentary free agents next summer. Sacrifice the 2027, 2029, and 2031 first-rounders, along with pick swaps, and you risk mortgaging long-term flexibility for a 1 year rental and an expensive long-term gamble. That's the front office Rubicon. Cross it, and you change the DNA of the franchise. On the flip side, the Andrew Wiggins deal is a throwback to buy low, sell high. Miami's reported price just expiring contracts plus a first-round swap feels like a Lakers Christmas miracle. Wiggins, at $26 million this season, offers switchable defense on 1-4, reliable three-point shooting 35.9% last year, and mid-range scoring off the bounce. He's a high-energy glue guy who lifts his teammates, thrives in transition, and lightens the scoring load on LeBron and Davis. But moving Gabe Vincent, Malik Beasley, Shake Milton, and that swap also depletes depth. We'd lose critical bench ball handlers and three-point shooters just as we shore up our starting five. Can we sustain second-unit production? And if we overcommit to Wiggins, does that preclude the possibility of swinging for a truly game-changing center or another star in the next 12 months? Next, factor in Bronny James's development curve. With LeBron likely managing minutes and ramping up slowly after another heavy playoff push, the Lakers will lean on Bronny's two-way contract spot for end-of-quarter minutes this season. If we prioritize Kessler, the front-court rotation becomes LeBron, AD, and Kessler crowding the bench big man reps and limiting Bronny's opportunities to learn the NBA pace. Conversely, with Wiggins, the second unit could feature Bronny alongside Reeves, Rui, and one of Mo Bamba or Thomas Bryant, giving him breathable minutes to grow without being buried under size. That developmental pathway is critical. Do we want to invest in the next generation alongside our veterans, or double down on immediate paint protection at the expense of youth minutes? Then there's salary cap architecture. Adding Kessler on an extension at $25 million forces the Lakers to choose between paying the luxury tax this season at unprecedented levels or shedding salary elsewhere, likely letting go of prize role players. That kind of churn threatens locker room continuity and disrupts the brotherhood vibe that fueled the 2020 title run. In contrast, Wiggins' expiring salary gives us flexibility to assess his fit at midseason, and we can decide whether to re-sign him or let him walk in free agency, depending on our record and health. A rent-and-see approach aligns with championship windows in 2010 and 2020. Fill the roster with short-term contracts, then pivot at the deadline or summer. It's the same blueprint that delivered the 16th banner, yet with one crucial caveat. Without the draft capital loss in the Kessler package, we preserve the ability to restock young talent. The ripple effect on playoff strategies cannot be overstated. Picture a first-round matchup against a Denver team led by Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. With Kessler anchoring the paint, the Nuggets might struggle to exploit the mid-range areas or post up smaller defenders, potentially forcing them into contested outside shots. But if that's our identity, do we lose offensive flow? Kessler's limited pick-and-roll plus-shoot chemistry with LeBron could clog spacing, turning our offense into ISO-heavy possessions. Meanwhile, Wiggins in our starting lineup would keep defenses honest on the perimeter, opening driving lanes for LeBron and AD roll-ins, yet he may struggle guarding Jokic on the block, giving up size. Each scenario invites a chess match. Do we prioritize rim deterrence or perimeter versatility against various playoff foes? Off-court factors loom large as well. Any blockbuster trade will trigger a reshuffling of roles and leadership within the clubhouse. If we land Kessler, veterans like Wiggins, assuming we didn't get him, Reeves, and Rui must adjust to reduce front-court minutes, potentially breeding unrest. Alternatively, adding Wiggins signals to the roster that veteran presence and fits. Air valued, possibly boosting morale for role players who see a clear pathway to contributing alongside proven stars. For Genie Buss and the new ownership cohort, these must be weighed against the franchise's long-term vision. Are we chasing immediate ring probabilities, or building a sustainable contender that balances youth, cap flexibility, and veteran leadership? History offers cautionary tales. Recall the 2013 season, when the Lakers mortgaged future picks for Paul Gasol and Steve Nash, only to fall short and miss the playoffs. Contrast that with 2010, when calculated midseason trades yielded Lamar Odom, Ron Artest, and Sasha Vargil, all complementary parts that led to rings. The lesson: big moves demand precision. Overpaying for Kessler without a clear plan for offensive cohesion risks replaying 2014's failure. Opting for Wiggins with too little surrounding support harkens back to half measures that left us stranded in 2012, where we lacked the front court bite to close series. Finally, consider the broader Western Conference landscape. The Suns, Warriors, and Clippers are all vying for supremacy with rosters built around wing versatility and shot creation. Sacramento's emerging super team looms on the horizon. A Kessler-led interior defense could carve out a unique niche few West contenders. Both true rim protectors. However, a Wiggins-infused scheme aligns with modern NBA pace and space norms, matching up with the Warriors' shooting barrage and the Suns' backcourt-driven offense. It boils down to style versus substance. Do we stake our claim on forging a paint-first identity, or double down on the perimeter skirmish blueprint that has defined the West for a decade? At the end of the day, the Lakers face a stark binary: invest in a generational paint enforcer and bleed draft equity and cap space, or secure a proven two-way wing for minimal cost and preserve flexibility. Either path reshapes our destiny. As die-hard Lakers fans, we crave both shutdown defense and dynamic offense. But our current payroll and asset pool force a painful choice. In the coming days, Pelinka's call to Utah or Miami will echo through Staples Center lure whichever. Phone rings off the hook will signal our franchise's true identity. Will it be the thunderous crash of blocked shots and board-munching dominance, or the steady hum of wing versatility and perimeter firepower? This decision could define our next 5 years. Lakers Nation, the clock is ticking. Let me know where you stand.